No.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. It's always so awkward at the beginning when you're like waiting for it to count down. And then
Yeah.
at the end when you're trying to like stop it, it's always so awkward.
It takes so long for it to end at the end for it to like
I
finally cut off.
know. Well, hello everyone who's in the chat. Sorry.
That was our go live alarm.
So we're going to be doing some reading sprints today. I'm Bailey. You're on my channel.
I'm Tori from Tori Between Pages. And I'm so excited. I love doing reading sprints.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to hopefully get some good reading done.
Yeah, same.
So if you're in the comments or in the chat, let us know what you're going to be reading, or if you're going to be studying or cleaning or doing anything else. Yep. Let us know, watching TV, whatever.
Yep.
I'm going to start with The Dating Dare by J.C. Lee. I'm listening to this on audiobook. And I'm currently, let's see, I have way too many apps open. I'm currently 81% into it. It says I should be done in 33 minutes.
What book was it?
The Dating Dare by J.C. Lee.
Oh, okay.
So cute rom-com. Well, I don't know if it's a rom-com, but it's a romance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to be reading, I think I'm going to start off with book 2 of the Hades Trials. So it's The Passion of Hades, and I'm really loving it so far. I only read the first chapter of the second book, but the last book left off on a huge cliffhanger, and it like picked right back up where it ended, where the first book ended. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm 20% into Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. And that's kind of been a fun time as well. So I might switch back and forth.
Because I think once I finish The Dating Dare, I think I might actually pick up How to Love Your Neighbor, because I'm also 80% through that one as well.
Yep.
So I might end up picking up that one as well and just going ahead and finishing that one out. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Bailey's going to be finishing every single book that she's like currently reading on these sprints.
Well, I'm currently in the middle of 4 books. Because I'm currently in the middle of The Dating Dare, which I'll finish, and then How to Love Your Neighbor, and On Rotation, which is an arc that I'm reading, and then I'm like halfway through Ruthless Fae, the Zodiac Academy second book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm starting and not finishing stuff. It's fine.
Well, it's kind of like, it's stressful when you're in the middle of a lot of books, but it's so satisfying when you're like, boom, finish this one, boom, and you can like finish them all like in a day or two, and you're like, wow, I feel so accomplished.
Yeah, because you're like, oh my God, I read so much. Like,
yeah. Look at me, reading queen.
I know. Oh.
Yeah, for me, I think my goal is going to be to finish the Hades Trials books, because they're only like 200 pages each this weekend, because Strangerthon starts next week. And I know that I'm not going to want to like leave space in between, like not finish these before I like start my readathon and then come back to it.
They're ending on like cliffhangers and stuff too.
Yeah. The writing is pretty good. It's fun, and like the trials that she has to like do to compete in to be Hades' bride are like really suspenseful. Yeah. So it's a good time.
Because it's 4 books or 5 books?
It's only 3.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only 3, and they're like 200 pages each. So they're paced like really, really well. Like just you get thrown right into the action. And then it just keeps going. So yeah.
So kind of like the Mindfuck series.
Yeah, very similar.
Which, have you read any more of that? I know you read the first one.
No, I've only read the first one, and then I haven't returned to it yet. I need to, though.
Yeah, I like binge read all 5 of them in like 3 days. It was bad. It was bad.
That's the best way to do it, though. I get intimidated because like if you start a series and then you put it down and come back to it, you're like, well, I don't remember everything, whatever. But like the series where you're just like, I'm just gonna plow through this series because it's so addicting and I can't put it down. It's the best way to read a series, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because then you know what happens and you're invested. Everything's fresh. Yeah.
But I loved the Mindfuck series. Like I said, I read 2 of them in one day. Like, I literally just could not put it down. So good.
Yeah. And those ones are so short too. Like, I can appreciate that an author is like, I'm gonna make 6 books or 5 books, but they're gonna be 100 pages each. Cause then I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna feel so accomplished. But if it was like a 600-page book, I would be like, I don't know about that.
Which I did also read because she wrote under like 3 names.
Yeah.
She wrote under like St. Abby, Stabby.
Yep.
And it was like her like actual name, and then there was like another name because so she also wrote the like 4 Psychos series.
Yep.
That I had read earlier. So I read the first 3 of them, and then I just couldn't be bothered to read the last one because I was just like, I really just don't care anymore. But those were like pretty decent. It was a reverse harem because she had like a different pen name that she would use under her reverse harems. So if she would write a reverse harem, she'd use one pen name, and then I guess like a romance, she would use like another name, and then the more like taboo-y kind of stuff, I guess she would use like St. Abby.
Yeah. Because they're all so different. It's kind
She
of
has passed away, so
I know, she got in a car accident.
yeah. That's so sad.
It's so sad. Anyways. Moving on. No sadness here.
Yeah, the silence, and then we're gonna. So I was thinking we would do like an ambiance type of situation.
I'm down.
Do we have any suggestions on said ambiance?
I love anything with rain. That's always a fun time. It's very like reading mood. I also really like lo-fi ones, but you can't use the music on them. Otherwise you'll get copyrighted. So
yeah, which I think I've ever had like 1 copyright strike, and then I got it like dismissed because I deleted the video and then re-uploaded it with different music.
Yeah, I tried to use one of the lo-fi what is it called? Like life at spaces. And I didn't realize that they just pull their music right from Spotify. So like that one got flagged as a copyright. I was like,
yeah. Yeah, that. Which, okay, so obviously I know it's like the middle of summer, and obviously in LA it's probably kind of regular.
yeah, 95, sunny.
Yeah, like not too hot, like hot, but like you're not dying when you go outside.
Yeah, no humidity, which is nice.
No, here it's like heat advisories every other day.
Yeah, humid AF.
So I was thinking, how about we do like a snow?
I love that. I'm so down.
Here's like a really cute one, like a little snowy patio with a fire. Let me see if I can pull it up because I'm terrible with the whole share screen thing. There's problems every single time.
It takes some getting used to.
Are we there? Can we see it? Okay.
Oh, that's really cute. I love that.
And then I can put some fire crackles in the background.
We love the fire crackles. Yep, that sounds perfect.
Is that too loud?
I think it's good.
Okay. And how long do we want to make our first sprint?
I'm down for whatever. I know you like to do some longer ones, or if we wanted to start with a shorter one and build our way up.
We could do 35 to start,
30.
and then maybe a little bit later, maybe do longer or maybe shorter.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then that gives me enough time to hopefully finish my book.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you only have 33 minutes.
33 minutes, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so we will go ahead and start. Cool. So happy reading, everyone. Okay, that was literally, I was trying to do too much at one time.
Did you finish your book?
Yes, I did. And then I was like, okay, I finished my book, so I'm going to go make some tea. And I was like, I have plenty of time to make tea. And then, yeah, I was walking over, I was like walking over here, and it was like, doop, doop, doop. And I was like, oh no.
Perfect timing.
Not to mention that they're like blow drying.
Leaf blowing?
Yes. They're leaf blowing in the hallway right now outside of my apartment. So if you guys hear that, sorry.
No worries. What did you think of your book? Was the ending good?
Yes, it was like obviously you're very much like romance ending, you know, like he was planning on going to Paris or whatever, and so of course he leaves early because they have a falling out, and then she goes and like chases him to Paris, and they're like, but I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And then they live like happily ever after.
Classic cheese fest ending.
Yeah, love it. I don't know what I'm gonna give it. I think I might give it 4 stars because so it's the second book in like a companion series, and in the first one I read it last year, and the guy in the first one, I just remember him being like so selfish. Like he was very much all about him, and even though it ended up working out in the end, I was like, all he did was care about himself. So like, why did this work out? But this guy was a lot better. He seemed to be a lot less selfish, even though they were brothers. So I'm just, but yeah. So I think I'll probably end up giving it 4 stars.
That's not bad. 4 stars is pretty good.
Yeah. And I think I'll move on to How to Love Your Neighbor in the next book.
Yep.
Hello, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
And I saw you had commented back.
Yeah.
I'm so bad about that. I get like super into whatever it is, and then I never see the comments until it's been like 20 minutes later.
I do that too. I was just really excited that Heather joined because Heather joins a bunch of my sprints and she usually uses them as writing sprints. Yeah, Heather's really cool.
Then Nikki, hi guys, just jumping on, not reading, but I'm studying cardiology.
Fun stuff. How big brained is that?
Yeah, like the heart and stuff is so just like complex. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm going to be editing a YA romance story. Stunning. We are a romance stan over on this channel. Like,
yeah.
Used to not be. Don't know what got into me. I don't know like what called up my butt and like was like, yeah, we're a romance girly now. But like we are a romance girly now.
Heather has some books on she sells them on Amazon. I think they might be on Kindle Unlimited.
I'll have to look into them because I am definitely in my romance era. Even though, so okay, because I'm gonna probably end up reading on my Kindle during this because I have to read on rotation, but I am very much in like I want to just pick up a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want the feeling of a book in my hand. I want to be able to flip the pages.
Yeah.
Maybe crack the spine on accident type of deal.
Oh, I cracked the spine full on. Like I'm just like crack right in the beginning.
No, I try not to, but sometimes you just have to.
Yeah, some books are not easy to read if you don't crack the spine, but like all of my paperbacks have cracked spines. I'm not like gentle about it.
My copy of The Spanish Love Deception, it's like when it was still independently published before it got picked up. And so I literally tried everything to crack that spine, and it literally would not crack. I was like, I'm not even a spine cracker, and I'm over here trying to like pull on it, and it's still like perfect. I'm like, I don't know what kind of sorcery Elena Armas put on this book.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I think I'm in my romance era as well. Like June has just been a lot of romance for me, and I love it because I have no desire to return to fantasy at this moment in time.
Which I just got Carval in the mail today.
Oh, I'm so
Order it.
excited.
So I'm like, I'm not even in like a fantasy kind of mood. I think what little bit of fantasy like inclination I had, Improv the Empire like sucked it out of me. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're
Did you
done.
finish it? Did
I
you
did.
finish it?
Yes, I did. I ended up rating it 4 stars, but I think I'm going to end up rereading it at a later date
Yeah. Yeah, that
to be
makes sense.
more accurate.
Caraval, like for even though it is fantasy romance, the plot is so heavily weighted on the relationships and the romance that I feel like even though it's fantasy romance, it's much more romance type thing. I
Love
think you'll like
those.
it.
I
Yeah.
love those. I'm just, yeah, anything with romance in it, even if it's just like a little mustard seed of romance, I'm here for it. Oh, hi, Heather. Are you a writer? Yes. Hi, Nikki. Thank you, Tori. I love joining you. How cool, Heather. We're just having conversations.
Yep.
And cardiology is my worst subject. It's so hard for me. Literally, okay, I used to be a nursing major before I switched to like cybersecurity. And so I was in an anatomy class and we had to do this like project where you basically had to draw like the heart and like all of the veins and stuff. And mine was so good. Like, I'm not even gonna like pretend like, oh, mine was like kind of bad. Like, no, it was good. The teacher asked if she could keep it. So I'm gonna see if I can find that picture and I'm gonna send it because honestly, it was really helpful and yeah, it was. So Nikki, I will send that
Humble
to you
brag.
when I find
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. I was never a science girly. Like when I was taking biology and chemistry, like all of that was such a struggle for me. I liked math until I started getting into calculus and I was like, this is not for me. I was always a an English and history girly.
Yeah, I've always been more inclined to English and history, but I just wanted to be a nurse so bad. But obviously, we
Yeah.
see how that worked out. Obviously, I won't work out.
Wasn't part of your journey.
Yeah, wasn't. It's fine. And also, I can't imagine being not into romance. When did you
Yeah.
start into romance? Yeah. Okay. So I literally, I want to say last summer. No, no, no. It was last winter. No, not last, but 2020. 2020, like
Okay.
winter is like around the time because I picked up my first audiobook that I'd read in like probably at least a year. And it was Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory. Because up until that point, I had been reading, which I mean, I had read the selection, I did like a reread of it, but I just feel like, you know, it's like, even though it is romance, it's still technically considered like dystopian or like whatever. So I had been reading like, because I had been in a really bad slump up to like the beginning. And then I read House of Earth and Blood. It kind of got me out of my slump a little bit more. Then was like kind of dabbling, read like Don't Look Back by JLA and like the selection. So I was just kind of reading like some YA stuff, kind of a little bit of mystery thriller, not really because that's not really my genre, but it was like YA mystery thriller. And so then I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna pick up an audiobook and found Party of Two on Libby, listened to it, and I've been hooked ever since. And a lot of people don't even like that book, but I love that book.
I feel like I feel like a lot of people turn to romance when they're in a slump and they just need a change from what they're reading. Like that's what I did this month and I've been like living my best romance life.
Well, when is it going to turn back around? Because I have
I
literally
don't
been
know.
reading romance for the last like year and a half.
But you still like fantasy as well, right?
Yeah, I sprinkle it in.
Yeah.
Because I have read a few fantasies this year. Like I did read Nevernight and Improv Vampire and like some other stuff that I cannot think of at the moment. But I have read a couple of fantasies this year. It's just
In between your
more,
romance.
yeah, yeah. Romance is more my speed.
Mm-hmm.
Nursing and cybersecurity, I don't do the range. Yeah,
The
everyone
range.
always says that. Everyone always says that. They're like, "How did you go from nursing to like cybersecurity?" I'm like, let's just not even question it. We're
Yeah.
here now. It's done. Yes, and I love it. Okay, and during the next sprint, I'm gonna look for it and then I'll send it to you. Definitely more naturally inclined to the humanities, but I guess I'm a glutton for pain.
Yeah. You're in like the most scientific field, Nikki.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. No way I could be a doctor.
Yeah. I'm not good at like memorizing anything. I'm much better at like having conversations about things. So like in college, I was a communications major, which was very much like learning how to talk to people and like having conversations about things and like discussing stuff. And then I was also a philosophy minor because I was like, okay, let me just get high and go to class and talk about these philosophers. Like, let's do this. Never about the memorization.
Yeah, I've always been like a good communicator, but like shy.
Yeah.
So I knew like a communications field was not for me. I thought about marketing, but my dad basically was like, no. And I was like, okay, well, you write the check, so I guess.
Yeah. But marketing is like a profitable field to go into. That's surprising.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's just because like the area that we like live in isn't very like marketing heavy.
Gotcha.
We're
Yeah.
definitely in more like a science, engineering area
Yeah.
where like a bunch of smart people just live here. So yeah, I don't know, but because my dad was an electrical engineer for NASA. He's retired now, but he worked for NASA for like 30 years. So that's just like normal.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, because around here, like people say, oh yeah, my parent works for like NASA, and you don't even like blink twice. Like,
Yeah, that's like a big deal.
yeah, it's just like normal. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, my whatever, and nobody even is like, oh, I wonder, like it's just like we have a literal rocket like in the middle of town.
Like a statue or an actual
Yeah, it's
rocket?
like the actual rocket.
Oh my goodness.
And, yeah, and it's, yeah, that's normal. I don't know because it's like other
Yeah.
schools don't have rockets. Like, why not?
Different areas have like different I don't even know what to call it, like professional industries that are around them. Like when I was relocated to St. Louis to work for Enterprise, it was like that was where their headquarters was, and like no one was surprised. They were like, "Oh yeah, you work for Enterprise." So to like a million other people here, and like there's also like these big, well, Budweiser's there as well. So it was like, and that was just like what they were known for. I don't even know what LA is known for. Well, I guess kind of like tech stuff out here. Like each like area of our country, I feel like has those kind of niches of like companies or like fields that are really popular. So that makes sense.
Yeah, because here we have like um, NASA. We have the FBI just came. We got Facebook that came down here. There's like
Hmm.
a lot of like missile and defense companies and like contracting companies that work here. So
Yep.
it's not uncommon to be like, I work for the government.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, love our romance journeys.
Yep. Living for it.
Stunning, stunning. I had to learn how to properly memorize in medical school.
Yeah.
I oh
Is that our break timer?
yeah. I always had a hard time with like school and the fact of like memorizing stuff because I hate the idea of like memorizing. Like I would rather like want to learn it so that way it's something that I know and can keep like in my brain instead of just memorizing the stuff and then like
Mhm.
forgetting it 2 seconds later because I'm like, then how does that help you?
Yeah.
Which I don't remember half the stuff I learned in school now, and I've only been out of school for like a month.
No, same. It's been longer for me, but I don't remember the majority of it.
Which I am going back to school. I'm going back to school in January to get my bachelor's degree. So
Woohoo!
I'm like, I guess.
One thing that I miss, like I loved school, like I always really loved school, but one thing that I miss is that like for so much of your life you get used to like going to school and then having like breaks in between. You know, like you have like your summer break, you have your winter break, and then sometimes some schools do like an October break and then your spring break. And then like when you start working, you're
You
like
don't
excited
get
to work. Like I remember when I first got my corporate job, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm a working girly." But then I'm like, I have to work all year round and I get, 2 weeks of vacation time. Where are my breaks? Like we got used to always having summer break. I want that back.
yeah, because it's like you don't get any breaks. Like, and I'm very like blessed to have a job that where you get all of the like holidays. We get all
Mhm.
of the holidays off, which is nice because a lot of jobs aren't like that, and like you have to work on the holidays. Like I've had my fair share of jobs where we did have to work on holidays,
Yep.
and so at least we get holidays, and then you get your 2 weeks of vacation time, and then you get like 40 hours of like sick leave or whatever, and it's like, where's my
Yeah.
break? Where I want to go to the pool. I want to
Yeah.
go on vacation. I want to go to the beach, but
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I do really miss school at times because like you work hard and it is really difficult, but you kind of know like, okay, I have like something to look forward to always. Like I have my spring break or I have my summer break that I just get to like chill and do whatever I want and then get back to work type thing.
exactly. Yes, sim dad not understanding the point of anything other than STEM class. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. Because because when I was having the discussion with my dad, that I was like, yeah, I think I want to change my major from nursing and I'm thinking that I might want to go into marketing. He literally said, marketing? And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 why are you so aggressive? He was like, that you're gonna have such a hard time finding a job in that field. There's no marketing jobs. I was like, whoa, okay, let me think on it some more then.
Yeah.
When I lived in Baltimore, everyone worked at Hopkins.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from like the Boston area, and so like the majority of the people that I went to school with were in school for nursing because like there's so many big hospitals around Boston and like New York area type thing that it was so 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 popular.
Yes, I need breaks.
Yeah.
I literally cannot function. I can barely function as it is, but I can't function without breaks.
Yep.
Okay, do we want to do another sprint?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Did we want to keep with the 35? Do you want to do longer, shorter?
Do you want to do 45 for this next one?
Sure.
I'm like super into my book. I just want to get right back into it.
Literally, I wish.
Girl, I like don't have that dedication anymore. I feel like I used to be someone who, if I started a book and I wasn't enjoying it, I would just be like, well, let me just like finish it. Like maybe it'll get better at the end. Like I just hold on to hope. But now I'm like, if I'm not enjoying something, even if I'm 50% of the way through, 75% of the way through, I'm like, yeah, I'm not into this anymore. And I just like leave it.
No, and like I am too. Like I'm an avid DNFer. Like I will DNF a book and not think 2 seconds about it.
Yeah.
But since this is like an arc
Yeah.
and they want a review on it, then I feel inclined to finish it. even
Yeah,
though I'm
that's
like,
true.
I'm miserable and I would rather be spending my time on something I'm actually enjoying. But I did go through the reviews and I read a few reviews and it was like a lot of the same like complaints that I'm having about the book. And I just don't understand the footnotes. I just don't understand why someone would be like, you know what, I'm going to write a romance book and I'm going to put footnotes in it.
Yeah. In what world is that okay?
And like the footnotes aren't even like necessary in my opinion. Like I'm just like, they're like little ramblings in the footnotes. And I'm like, you could have either put this on page or just not put it on there. Like you could have just kept that to yourself.
I'm having Nevernight flashbacks.
Yeah, okay, but at least with Nevernight, the footnotes are like entertaining. And
They
since
are. Yeah.
since Mr. Kindly is narrating the book, and
Yeah.
it's basically him putting his little side comments in, it's fine. And it's like entertaining. But with this, it's like, it's almost like the author
Random.
is just like, I forgot to say this, so I'm just going to put a footnote in.
Gotcha. Like, didn't think about how to weave it into the story and have it be like normal. It's just like, oh, let me just add this in down here.
Yeah, let me just.
No.
Yeah. How about we just don't? What book are you guys talking about on rotation? Yes, we are talking about on rotation because I still have not finished it. Hi, Jim.
He just wants to like, he just jumped up ahead to move my stuff out of the way. He's like, hey, I want to be involved.
Literally, I love him.
JMO wants to join our sprints.
Literally, yeah, anytime. Hi everyone, just joining in. I'm reading The Poppy War by R.F. Kong. I want to read that so bad.
I want to read it so bad. Bailey, let's buddy read it. I have it for when I'm like, I have the first. Me too. When I'm in a fantasy mood, that's one that I want to get to like sooner rather than later.
Honestly, same. Maybe in like 2 months.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, we'll reevaluate in like 2 months.
Perfect. Yeah, he is.
So intensely.
JMO has a very like serious face. Like he's just a serious kind of boy. Like you know how some dogs look very goofy? Like they just look like a goofy. He's just very stoic. And it's really funny because he has like such a funny personality.
Yeah, I'm literally obsessed with him. Read The Poppy War, it'll end any slump.
Well, what I've heard about the Poppy War is that it's really, really good. It's very intense. It's like a brutal, like war fantasy book. But it ruins any other fantasy book that you're gonna read after it because it's so good. So I'm a little bit worried about that.
Like maybe I need to read a few more fantasies before I decide I want to get on that one before it.
Yeah, I feel like Sarah and I were talking about this recently from Sarah Lorraine Reads. We feel like A Court of Silver Flames just ruined fantasy for us at the moment. And that's why I've like been in my deep dive of romance because I'm like, okay, I can deal with like romance and a bunch of different romance tropes, but I'm not ready to dive into like fantasy romance or fantasy because Silver Flames was just like everything to me. And now I'm like ruined because of that book.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could go back and read it again for the first time.
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Honestly, that whole series is just one that I wish I could reread from the first time, especially A Court of Mist and Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I don't really care about tampon in A Court of Roses. But which I did, which I don't know if you've read it multiple times, but when you go back and read A Court of Thorns and Roses, like after reading it the first time, you pick up on so much. You literally see, like, hey, I loved that the first time, but now I know that that was kind of toxic. I don't know why you did that, but
after reading Silver Flames, I was like, I need to go back. The only reason I want to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses again is because of like all of the Reese stuff at the end, like knowing what I know now, like going back and revisiting that stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. And then I really just want to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses and then A Court of Mist and Fury, like I just need to get back to those.
which I have read. So I've read A Court of Thorns and Roses like 3 times. And I've read,
Mhm.
of course, A Court of Mist and Fury, I think, twice. And then I've only read A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I read it once, like physically reading, and then I did read it once, audiobook. But I just cannot, I cannot read that one. Like, it's my least favorite, I think, in the series.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, it was an important book because that's when so much happens. Like, that is
Mhm.
the majority of the plot. It's like the first two were setting up all the relationships, the character dynamics, and then A Court of Wings and Ruin is all just the big plot moments. So I agree. Like, it was difficult for me to get through at times because I was like, there's just so much happening in this, and it's not the most fun. It's like very like serious, like this is intense
It's a
type
war
stuff.
book, like,
Yeah.
it's in the title. I mean, ACOWAR, like, literally.
Yeah.
It's a war book, and I am not the biggest fan of war books. I mean, if they're done well, then okay, but I'm not like, I just feel like reading a war book today.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about the Poppy War.
And then maybe one day I'm gonna be like, you know what, I do feel like reading a war book today, and then I'll
Yeah.
pick one up. But I just feel like my first like inkling is gonna be like, you know what, let me just go read about some war real quick.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm so excited for Babel, her new book,
Babel, I think.
which I don't know if you guys follow her on Twitter, but this was probably like a few months ago. Well, maybe like a year ago, but she was still like in university, and she was at school, and she was tweeting. She was like, someone in my class is reading my book. She was like, should I like talk to them about it?
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I couldn't even imagine being in that scenario.
Because her name's like Rachel, and so I'm assuming obviously like at school and stuff they're calling her Rachel, and then
Yeah.
obviously her book is like RF. So then she was like, should I go up to them and ask them if they want an autograph? And I was like, oh my god, literally I'm living for this Twitter thread right now. I don't know how to end it up because I lost the thread before
I need to follow her.
I found it, but I was like, okay, honestly stunning.
That is so funny.
Not tampon, yes. Tampon, like, I feel like with Tamlin, it's like how everyone calls COVID different things,
Mhm.
because people be
Yeah.
like COVID or some other word that starts with C. I don't know. I'm blinking.
COVID, coronavirus, the pandemic, the Panda Express,
Yes,
all
yes,
all the all
like,
that fun
that
stuff.
kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
the panini.
The panini.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, I feel like Tamlin is like that when you call him like tampon or call him like tinsel or whatever. You know, that's funny. Okay, do we like the snowy like cabin with the fire going? Do we want to switch?
Let's let the chat answer because I'm like the most indecisive person. I'm just here to chill. I have no
I'm
opinions.
so bad at making decisions, but I'm like so good at like carrying them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a Leo, so I guess that's just kind of in my nature, I guess.
If we want to get a little crazy, we can do the snowy pandas that were not safe for work like Nikki did.
No, that was panda porn, like literally. Because I joined that sprint and I was like, oh, cute, pandas.
Yeah.
And then they started going at it, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening?
It's so funny because I didn't notice that was going on because what was I doing? yesterday. I think I was reading and I did not notice. And then I just saw your comments in the chat and I was like, wait, I missed it.
Yeah, because I was just sitting here because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't reading or anything because you guys only had like less than 10 minutes left in the sprint. So I was like, if this is the last one, then I'm just gonna not pick anything up. And then I was just looking and I was like, wait a minute. What's happening? Is that happening when I think it's happening? Yeah.
Nikki, I had no idea. I didn't even notice. They were play fighting. Oh, okay, Nikki. Sure they were.
Oh, yeah. Also, they're a Leo too.
Another Leo.
Love that. Stunning. My birthday's August 18th, for anyone who's wondering.
I think my dad's a Leo. I have a Leo in my life. I just can't remember who it is.
We have me.
Yes, I have Bailey, of course. Someone in my family, though. Oh, my brother. My brother's a Leo.
Oh.
And I love Leo energy. He's my best friend.
Love that.
Heather, now I'm curious. Pull up the pandas for a second.
What are they under?
I think they're under animals. Yeah, study with pets.
Because there's this one too. Oh, that's fantasy.
Fantasy.
Oh
my gosh!
Oh,
That's adorable. That's JMO energy.
Literally best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay, these are so cute. Why have I never looked at these before?
Obsessed. Oh, what a little cutie. These are so cute.
They are. They're adorable. Oh yeah, she said it's under. Nikki said it's under study with pets. Okay. Well, these are all really cute, but we're not seeing any pandas.
These are all safe for work.
Yeah, exactly. Just chilling with some puppies and nice kitties. Oh.
Oh my god, I love this.
These are the cutest. Oh, that one has a cone. The cone of shame. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at these little feetsies.
So cute. Oh.
These are so sweet. It's got pajamas on.
The little pajamas with the tail hole. I wanted to get last year I got matching Christmas pajamas for me and my boyfriend. And I was trying to find matching Christmas pajamas for JMO so that like we could all be there they are. Okay, even that is like not safe for work.
That's like a baby panda and I think it's nursing.
But I couldn't find any for JMO that like matched us. So I have to find like where they can sell just family pajamas that include one for a puppy.
Because I think they have them, I think you could probably find them either on Etsy or Amazon.
Yeah, maybe I should try Etsy. That's a good idea.
Since they like make stuff on Etsy, like people are generally more like hand making items.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we definitely don't have to leave the pandas.
Yeah, I'm just saying, are we talking about the pandas or are we?
Let's go back to one of the puppies. Those are cute.
Because honestly, the pandas stress me out.
Oh, cows.
We could do the cows. It's got a nice scenic view. Nikki
loves cows.
Okay, we can do the cows.
She did a little cute cow vlog and it was adorable.
Yes, I remember seeing that. Where she went to a dairy farm.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to keep the fire sounds or there's ocean or rain? I don't like the lava and I don't like the cafe.
I think it's so weird that they have lava sounds. Like that makes no sense to
It
me.
sounds like it makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Ew, it sounds like someone's stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Maybe like ocean?
Ocean?
Yeah, that's nice.
Is that too loud?
No, it's good. I can turn down my volume a little.
I'm gonna turn it down. My dishwasher's also going, so that's plenty of background noise for me.
Just adds to the ocean sound, kind of. Okay,
All
cool.
right. So happy reading, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
I didn't even hear the timer,
I didn't hear it either.
but I looked up and it was counting down from like 15 or whatever, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh.
How did everyone do?
I read 35 pages.
That's so good. I read 7% in my book. I
Nice.
switched to How to Love Your Neighbor, and I'm currently on chapter 42 out of 48, and the end of chapter 41 was looking kind of juicy. Like, I knew it was coming, like what was happening, or like what happened, I knew it was coming. I was like, oh, the mama gonna show up, and she did. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen.
It has a really cute cover. I just looked it up on Goodreads. A sexy, grumpy neighbor who is going to get in the way of your plans. Check, unfortunately. Love that.
Yes, it is a like kind of enemies to lovers type deal. But so I do have a couple of complaints about the book because their enemy stint only lasted about 25% of the book.
Yeah. Okay. I started thinking about this recently. I feel like everyone calls it enemies to lovers, but I feel like there's a difference between enemies to lovers and like hate to love, if that makes sense.
But because they like didn't hate each other.
Oh.
Like it was really just like he was like, I want to buy your house, and she was like, no. And that was it. Like, and he like tried manipulating her into like selling her house to him, but she was just like, no. And now she's like decorating his house for him, and they're like together. I'm like, how did we even get here? How did we even get here? I'm gonna have to get. There's like, okay, so I live on the first floor of my apartment, and I live in a new build, so bugs are like constantly getting in, and there's like 3 bugs right now that I see. I'm like, what is going on?
You could probably get like bug spray isn't the right word for it. It's like ant spray or whatever, and you spray it around the perimeter of like your windows and your doors, and it helps to keep bugs from entering your house.
Which, because I called my front office and was like, hey, can I get on the list to get like sprayed? And they're like, yeah, they should be there either like Thursday or Friday. And I don't know if they actually came or not, because the one time that I put in a maintenance request, nobody came. So I'm like, are y'all really coming, or are y'all just saying that y'all are coming and then charging me $5 a month for pest control and then not even coming and spraying?
Yeah, maybe follow up with them.
I'm like, it would have only been a week. I'm like, there shouldn't be 3 bugs in my house right now.
Yeah.
Not to mention the one that I let out earlier. Because I try not to kill them. Like, if they're close enough to the doors, then I'll just let them back out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel kind of bad, like, killing them. But
I'm a bug killer.
if they're like not by the door, then I will kill them.
Thankfully, I haven't seen any bugs in our apartment yet because this is like a newer apartment. But one night we were going out like to dinner or something, and we're on the 4th floor, so we went to the elevator, and there was a huge, the biggest cockroach I've ever seen in my entire life, and I was like, I'm gonna have to train JMO to like kill and eat these things because I would not go near that with a 10-foot pole if it was in my apartment. I'd be like, the apartment's yours.
Yeah, because I live on the 1st floor, which I have kind of a love-hate relationship with. It's nice because so my apartments don't have elevators.
Mm-hmm.
And so, which I mean, they are only 3 stories, but it's 3-floor walk up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, but it's really not bad. The people above me, so I only have one neighbor on the side of me because I'm So on this side, there's like a hallway. So it's like the middle of the building. So there's like a middle entrance.
Mhm.
So there's no neighbor on this side. And then there's one neighbor over here. And then I have a neighbor above me. But they have a dog upstairs. And sometimes I can hear their dog like running around.
Mhm.
That kind of sucks. But
I feel you. Our upstairs neighbors have a 2-year-old, and he likes to throw tantrums. We'll just say that. We hear like stomping on our on our ceiling. And I went to talk to them and I was like, I totally get it, but like, can you put a carpet down or something? Because it is so loud sometimes.
yeah, there was one night last week where they put their dog in a crate and like left, and the dog was like trying to bust out of the crate and was like whining, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no. It was
Yeah.
like 9 o'clock. It was like after 9 o'clock at night that this was going on, and I was like, oh no, y'all better be so happy that this is not a work day
Yeah.
because I would be complaining so hard. But I'm
Yeah.
like trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but because I don't want to be complaining, but at the same time, if it keeps happening, then I'm gonna have to be like, hey, hey,
In my experience, like, it's always just be nice about it. Like, I went upstairs and I knocked on their door and I was like, "Hey, like, I work from home. When your kid's like stomping right above me and it's shaking the ceiling, like, I can hear that on my people can hear it on my work calls. Like, I know that there's not much you can do, but if you could just keep that in mind." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, we're so sorry." Like, just be nice about it. And they're
yeah.
usually very nice.
Which because it's hard too when you have like an apartment that has like hardwood floors instead of carpet.
Carpet. Yeah, exactly. You hear it a lot more.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Apartment life.
but I wanted to move out, so hi, Katie.
Hi,
So I'm
Katie.
late. I'll be reading When All Is Said by Anne Griffin. I don't know if I've ever.
I'm looking it up. It looks like a thriller kind of cover. A tale of a single night, the story of a lifetime. If you had to pick 5 people to sum up your life, who would they be? And if you were to raise a glass to each of them, what would you say? And what would you learn about yourself when all is said and done? Interesting.
As a man looks back at his life through a series of toasts that he makes to 5 different people who have had an impact on his life. Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting setup.
How are you liking it? If you're liking it or if you're hating
Yeah,
it, that's okay
let us
too.
know.
Hi, besties. I'm working, but I'm on a little break. Just wanted to say hi and I love you.
Hi,
I love you
Sarah.
too, Sarah.
I was harassing Sarah today, letting her know I was being creepy and watching all of her like old videos because she hasn't made a video in so long.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
I was watching her vlog, Bailey, of where she read like 2 of your favorite books, which
Yeah.
was what was it? It was the romance book that takes place in Seattle, and then An Ember in the Ashes. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I love this
Yeah.
vlog.
'Cause I gave her An Ember in the Ashes and It Happened One Summer.
Yeah.
5 stars all around. We love it.
It was
Those
such a
books are
cute
so
video.
good. And then
Yeah.
she gave me Punk 57 and The Kind Worth Killing.
Oh, how did you like Punk 57?
I ate it up. I ate it up. Like, yeah, I really loved it at the time. It was so fun. Like, it's not great literature, but it was so fun.
That's by Penelope Douglas as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm liking her so far. This is the first book that I read by her, Birthday Girl,
Mm.
and I think it was Nikki who was like, you have to read Punk 57 afterwards.
Yeah, I've heard Punk 57 is probably like the fan favorite
Mm-hmm.
out of them. That and Credence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Credence is a big popular one.
And I know, like, I think it's called like The Devil's Night is her other series that I think is like going around right
Oh, I
now a
haven't heard of
lot.
that one.
and it has like, I think it's like 4 books, maybe. I know one of the books is called like Corrupt, and one of them is called Hideaway.
Interesting. Well, I'm still in my romance era. I'll have to check it out. Oh, I've seen this cover. I've seen the cover for Corrupt. Yep.
Yeah. And Kill Switch and Conclave. Yeah, so there's like 5 of them, I think. But yeah. I think Nikki is obsessed with the cows.
Yeah, she liked the cows. I liked them too. They were cute.
This is random, but do you think it's possible to pop a hot air balloon, and how? No, because there's no compressed air.
I think something could pierce. Well, it's probably thick material, but like maybe something could pierce the material. I think it would be difficult though if it was in the air.
Yeah, I think something could pierce it, but I don't, or like slice through it, but I don't think it would like pop.
Yeah, I agree. Funny question.
Read 18 pages in my book. I forgot what you're reading.
That.
Let me scroll up. Oh, The Poppy War. Yeah. Stunning. I just joined during the last sprint. Welcome, Chloe. I got a bit distracted the last sprint, but I got to work. Nice. I didn't hear the timer earlier. Oh, either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe sometimes the timer works, sometimes it doesn't. I wrote 268 words and edited 5 pages.
That's so awesome.
Good. Be the pest. Like, email them every time you see another bug with a photo of the bug.
Yeah.
There's like, so I see one. Okay, I see 2 of them. Because, like, one of them's, like, kind of by my carpet, and then the other one is, like, kind of by my books, like, over here, like, in front, by the TV. So I'm like,
gross.
I hate it. I hate it. This is what I get. This is what I get for picking a new build apartment. Because a lot of like other like established apartment complexes, like people have been living there long enough for the bugs to not like come in as often because they know like this is not their land anymore.
Oh, I haven't thought about it like that.
Yeah. Because like there's spiders like all over the place. Like if I were to walk outside, there would be like spiders just like crawling. Because before there was nothing here, like there was woods here.
Yeah.
So all of those like bugs and creatures that were here before they started like bulldozing and stuff, like I have to find somewhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I'm making that up in my head, but that's what I think.
No, that makes sense. Spiders are an absolute no for me. Like absolutely not.
Because these are like little like spiders. Like you can't, like they're little.
It's spiders that are in your house right now?
Yeah.
Gross.
There's one.
Chloe asked, how are you so calm? I'm terrified of bugs. I feel you, Chloe. Like, I would not be this calm.
They're like far enough away from me right now that I'm okay. But during this next sprint, I'm definitely going to get up and kill them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're like far enough. So far, they have not breached the rug. So I feel like I'm safe. It's like the rug is lava.
Yeah. If I point out a bug to JMO, he'll usually eat them. So he's like, you know, he has my back. Also, he's very sleepy right now.
Literally, he's so cute.
He loves when I do sprints. He's like, oh, we're hanging in bed all day and just like reading, sleeping, chilling. I'm here for it.
So I think I might only be able to do one more sprint, maybe 2. I have to leave at like 6:15-ish.
Okay.
So then it's 4:22.
No
So it's like
worries.
4:15 for you. The whole
Yeah.
time zone thing is like so weird.
I usually just like if people just talk in their time zone, because I've lived in Eastern time, in Central time, and now Pacific time. So like I can do the math in my head, but you're doing really good with it. So like, yeah, I'm 2 hours behind you.
Yeah, I just have to think about it because like so like Georgia and like Florida and then like up the rest of the East Coast, they're all an hour ahead of me. So like Justine,
Mhm.
who lives in Jersey, is an hour ahead of me. And then obviously like Sarah's in the same time zone as me. And then now
I used to
you're
be.
2 hours behind because everyone on the other side of like Texas is
Mhm.
like 2 hours behind.
Yep.
You know, whatever.
Time zones are the most confusing thing. Like, why?
And it's crazy too because like we're all in the same country, yet we have 3 different times.
Yeah.
Because a lot of countries, I feel like, are just one. Like you just have the one
For
time.
the most part, I mean, I work with for my job, I work with Australia and they have 4 different time zones. And then I also work with New Zealand, who has, I think New Zealand just has 1, and then China has like 6.
Yeah. I don't know. Which, because I guess every country has like states,
Yeah.
which is like, even though that's like not like a random concept, it's just like a weird concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Geography hurts my brain.
It's a lot.
We
Time
don't, we
zones are
don't,
just
like, geography is not very big. I don't know
geography is
if you had geography like in school and stuff, but like we did not have geography.
I didn't have like geography as a class, but I studied a lot more like international business, and so like I was a little bit more familiar with like stuff where
No,
things are.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where anything is at. Like bad is bad. Like if it would be like me, it would be like so if someone handed me a map, right, and asked me to locate like some random like small country, I feel like it would be like Farah when she is like doing the puzzle.
She can't read.
Yeah. Like I feel like that would be me.
I would be Reese in your head, like helping you.
And someone would be like Lucian, where it's like, just read it.
I love that. What did Nikki say? Yeah, that one.
Have you guys seen the things about the elephant that crashed the funeral of the woman they killed? What?
What are you talking about?
What? What the heck, Mom?
What woman?
Chloe's giving hard eyes to JMO.
Yeah, he's the bestest boy.
10:23 p.m. here. Where are you at? Because
UK, maybe? Yeah, Chloe, let us know where you're at.
5:23 where I am. PM or AM? Just curious. Probably not AM, but just curious. Could be AM. I don't know. Woman they
Oh,
killed.
I got it right.
Yes. PM, I'm in Ohio. Yeah. So that's 1 hour ahead of me. Yeah.
But Nikki, what are you talking about? Woman they killed didn't clarify anything for us. Like
where?
what elephant and what funeral?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Where did this happen? Did you see this on CNN? Was this on like TikTok? Where like
Are we talking about a book? Like I don't understand. Oh my goodness.
honestly, I like into so I'm going to get sushi in like 2 hours and I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, I love sushi.
I have been craving sushi so bad recently. I'm like,
I
oh,
crave sushi all the time. Like whenever my boyfriend is like, "Where do you want to go to dinner?" I'm like, "Sushi."
yeah, I'm like, I could eat it every day. Like we have this place called like it's called Rock and Roll. I don't know if there's a lot of like I know it's like a chain, so I don't know where else it is. Like I know it's there's one here and then like one in like a town 30 minutes away, and then I know there's one like in Mobile and like kind of in like lower Alabama, but I don't know if they're anywhere else. But they're
Mhm.
so good. It's called Rock and Roll Sushi. Wait, yeah, Rock and Roll Sushi, I think.
I love that for you.
And it's
I might
like
have to get sushi tonight too then.
it's like a rock themed like sushi place, and it's so good. And they have like fried sushi,
Yep.
literally so good. She said my messages don't seem to send.
Yeah, she just sent me a text message to look it up. I guess it happened in Los Angeles. It says Fox 11 Los Angeles. Elephant kills woman and returns to her funeral to attack her corpse. First of all, Nikki, what kind of like news are you getting? I don't understand. Wait.
Oh yes, I see this on Fox 11 Los Angeles.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened at the zoo or something. Like, what is going on?
Well, okay, this says elephant in India kills woman only to return and trample her corpse at the funeral.
Yeah. Okay. It trampled her and then came back to the village to wreak havoc, destroy buildings, and seek out her dead body to wreck her corpse some more. Well, elephants like have the best memory. Like if you meet an elephant, like it's gonna remember your face and stuff. And if you're mean to it, like watch out. Oh my god, am I the only one on that side of TikTok? Yeah, Nikki, I think you are because like
Yeah,
what even is this?
yeah. Because it was like a 70-year-old woman. I'm lagging so bad. I don't know what's going on. Sorry.
I don't see you lagging.
Well, okay, my freaking Wi-Fi that we have here sucks because we have
Mm.
Xfinity when we should have either Google Fiber or AT&T, and like that's it. That's the only option that they should have given us. They shouldn't have been like, yeah, let's do Xfinity because Xfinity is literally garbage. There's an outage at least once. Like there's been an outage since I've lived here. I've lived here about 6 weeks, and there has been at least one outage every week since I've lived here. It's ridiculous.
Oh jeez.
It's ridiculous. First world
Well,
problem.
I don't see you lagging. You look fine to me. Or like the chat you're saying might be lagging.
I don't know. Because I was looking on the screen earlier and then I was talking faster than I was like talking on there.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Cute little elephant, even though it's a murderer, but it's fine.
Nikki's sending me like the TikToks that she's seeing of like people with like the elephant mask. My whole TikTok right now is lots of book talk, but then like Stranger Things. It's just like all of the Stranger Things. And it's really funny because it'll be like the actor that plays Vecna, like getting his makeup and the whole like Vecna like suit put on. And it's really funny because he'll be like drinking a Starbucks and he's like in his
Yes, I
Vecna.
did see that video. Yeah, I saw that where he was like just sitting there and then he was like on his
Yeah.
phone and then he was like standing up and then he had to lay down and then he had like his
Yep.
Starbucks, which I haven't watched Stranger Things because my dad canceled Netflix.
Sad.
Yeah, because he came over. He came over on Wednesday. My dad did, and he was like sitting on my couch, and he was like going to log into YouTube TV, and he was like, "You know, I canceled Netflix, right?" I was like, "Yeah, kind of hard to miss. Hard to miss." When I tried to get on Netflix, and it said, "You no longer have a subscription,"
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
and I was like, "Literally, I could cry."
Well, hopefully you have like another family member or a friend where you're like, "Can I just log into your Netflix account and watch Stranger Things?"
Like, because one of my friends, her dad canceled their Netflix too. And I was like, okay, listen, if you're trying to go halvesies, like, let's do
Yeah.
it. It's like $8 a month. We'll
Yeah.
just Venmo, like, we'll just Venmo the $8.
Yeah, for sure. No, Stranger Things is really good. I also see all of the ones of like Eddie, the guy with like the really long hair, and he gets his wig put on and he's like, "Let's do it." And he gets his wig put on and he's like transformed.
They sent me her cardiovascular painting, and it's amazing. She was right. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have it like on your phone? Like, can you show
Yeah,
us?
I can show it. Let me let me pull it up real quick. Okay, here's like one side of it.
Oh wow. The detail.
And then there was this side of it too, because it was like
That
double sided.
that is so in depth.
Yeah. My teacher asked me if they could keep it. I was like, yeah. Yeah, let me take a picture of it first. But yeah, you can keep it.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I was going to frame it. I literally was going to frame it. Like, if they wouldn't have asked to keep it, I would have framed it because I was that proud of it. I was like, that looks so good.
Yeah, you're like, I put so much effort into this.
Yeah. Okay. Are we thinking sprinting again?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm thinking maybe not the cows again.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
get
switch
to
it
the
up.
cows again.
We can switch it up from the cows. Nikki was very happy with that. Now we can change it up.
Let's see. I always love a good city vibe. Okay, these are so, even though this was like, I really love the way these look. I don't know why. Like when people are like coding,
Mm-hmm.
those are like so fun to watch. I don't know why, but
I have to send you, I like love following those Instagram accounts. I follow one girl who codes and has like such a sick computer setup with like the curved screen, and it's just so like aesthetic and like clean looking.
yeah,
I will have to send you her Instagram. Like I love those.
yeah, I love it. Do we feel city? Do we like this one? Do we want to keep looking or?
I like the city.
I generally like a rainy city.
Mm-hmm.
Like my favorite, I want to say that I watch, like if I'm just like reading by myself and I want like a ASMR room, is like an apartment. It's like a New York City apartment with like the lights in the background. And it's like pouring down raining.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I
my
love those. Like the window, like you see like out the window and it's all rainy.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for one to like call to me. I feel like I did. It's very similar to this, but I feel like I did this one the last time I did sprints.
This one's cute too.
I just love it. I love it.
I like the sky. I like how the sky is like moving in the fireplace.
So cute. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, that one's good. Nikki says she wishes she could have an aesthetic setup. Why? I think you do have like a pretty cute setup, Nikki.
Yeah, I just have my laptop.
I tried to make my desk look nice because I'm literally sitting at my desk all day for work because like I work remote. So I try to make it look nice because I'm there for 9 hours out of the day.
Which, because at work, like I have technically 5 screens, technically,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, at work because I have my laptop that's connected to like my 2 main monitors. And then I have like 2 other screens on this side for like classified stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, too much. too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. I have 2 because I have, like, my big monitor and my laptop. Do you code, like, for your job, Bailey?
I do not. I do not.
Gotcha.
Um, there are people that do, but I do
Yeah,
not. I have taken a couple of coding classes, but it's not a part of my like job.
gotcha. No, I was just curious because, like, this is so beside the point. I'm just gonna go off on a tangent for a moment, and then I'll circle back to our reading sprints. But, like, for my job, I do kind of, like, finance stuff, but we use a lot of reporting, and our reporting, like, isn't great, and I love, like, auditing reporting and, like, making it better, which is a lot of Excel stuff, but I really wanna learn, like, SQL and like some of like the coding kind of stuff. And I didn't know if that was stuff that you did because I'm trying to figure out like my job, like if I go to certain people, they'll help me learn it, but it's kind of something that I have to do on the side before I can incorporate it into like my job. So,
Yeah. There are a lot of like videos and stuff online that you can watch about it, but I I know a little bit of Python,
mhm.
and so I did take a course where I think we used SQL, but I wasn't like the okay, because the class, the way that it was set up, because I did take it online, like all of my classes were online.
Mhm.
And so the way that it was set up is he basically just gave you like a worksheet to do.
Yep, and then you had to go and do it.
And then you just have to like go and do it. So it was virtually like the same every time. And he would give you like an example, which was virtually the same exact thing minus like a few changes. So I feel like I didn't really learn anything in that class
Gotcha.
except how to copy and paste.
Yeah. Because right now my job is a lot of, like, presenting and meetings and stuff like that, but the less, like, social I have to be in my work environment, if I could just sit down and code all day at, like, a cute coding little desk, like, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Don't talk to anyone, listen to an audiobook, and just code, like, that's where I wanna
Yeah.
be.
And there's people that I work with that do that. Like literally just sit there and just code stuff all day. I'm like, get it. Because it's like a whole language. Like it's like a
Yeah.
whole different language.
Yeah, it
And I feel
really
like
is.
learning like Spanish would be easier. Obviously not, but just like when you look
Similar.
at it, it's like, what is this gibberish?
Yeah. Okay, we can sprint now. I just had to ask that question.
Do we want to do 45 and then this one be our last one, or do we want to try and do like two shorter ones?
Whatever you wanna do. If you wanna do one longer one, I'm down. If you wanna do 2 shorter ones, I'm down for whatever.
Okay, let's just go ahead and do one long one, and then we can chat for a few minutes and then
Perfect.
sign off. Okay, I'm gonna kill those. I have to find them, but I'm gonna kill the bugs during the sprint. So
Okay. I think that'll bring peace of mind to everyone in the chat as well.
yeah, I think so. I just have to. Oh, I found one. Okay, yeah. All right. Happy reading, everyone. Okay, that time I heard it.
Yeah, me too. How'd you do?
I finished my book.
2 down. What a
Yeah,
good
I finished How to Love Your Neighbor.
that.
So not the
I
one I'm supposed to be finishing.
That's fine.
How'd you
I
do?
read another, like, 30 pages, so overall I read, like, 100 pages,
That's good.
which is really good. How'd
How'd
everyone else
everyone
do?
Yeah, how'd everyone do in the chat? Heather says, I need a cute setup. Can't wait to get an office. See, I thought that too. Um, but I have a cube and not an office, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to make it cute, especially when you have like basically 5 monitors taking up every visible surface area. So
Yeah. Yeah, cubicles are really, like, tough. Like, I just have my desk in my bedroom because we only live in, like, a two-room apartment. I do like my little corner, but, like, it can be tricky. Like, whether you're setting up your office at home, but, like, when I used to have a cubicle, I was like, "I have no hope for this. It's just never gonna look cute."
yeah. So I try, but not yeah. I can confirm learning another language is easier than code. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm such a goal. Oh, because I finished 2 books, but I was already like 80% through both of them. And one of them was an audiobook, so they were literally reading the book to me. So, how are you liking the Hades book, Tori?
I like it. I'm not gonna say too much because 'cause I'm doing a whole, like, series review, like, reading vlog, but it's good.
That's excited. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Chloe read
Mhm.
about 40-ish pages. That's really good. That's about a page a minute, close to.
Yeah, that's
So
really
that's really
good.
good.
Overall, these have been very productive sprints. Like, I feel like I've read so much.
No, I agree 100%. Hi,
I
Mandy.
mean, thank you, this is fun.
This is
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little secret squirrel and, like, keep my thoughts to
fun.
this vlog because usually I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm reading this," and, like, here's all about it, even though I have, like, an upcoming video about something.
Right, me having an upcoming video about on rotation and me just spewing, like,
I do that all the time, like, it's just so hard to, like, hold out, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get better at it.
I got a bit distracted by my cat.
That's fair.
Okay, so you're saying that if you would not have gotten distracted by your cat, you would have read more than 40 pages in 45 minutes?
Yeah. Goals.
I need to edit videos. Me too. I have like 4, and I'm pretty sure my, external hard drive, like, just crapped out on me,
Oh, no.
which I thought it was my laptop. So I was like, "Oh my god, I'm about to have to go buy a new laptop." And I was like, "But if I do need to go buy a new laptop," I was like, "I better do it now because I still have 0% interest on my credit card." So I was like, "It has
Mhm.
to be now." But then I just, like, unplugged my external hard drive and started editing, like, my videos just on my laptop,
Mhm.
and it's been fine.
That's not good. I mean, I have an external hard drive as well. Those are expensive too, so hopefully it just, like, was having a moment and it's not, like, dead.
Which so my it could be dead because I've had it for
Mhm.
3 years almost, and I used to be really bad about dropping it all the time. So I think it might be
Gotcha.
dead. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but an external hard drive is cheaper than a new laptop.
Absolutely. 100%.
So, because I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I'm about to have to go spend $1,300 on a new computer," but
Yeah.
I don't think I do,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
good. But I was low-key getting, like, excited because I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get me a new laptop. I'm gonna get the one that has Final Cut on it, and it's gonna be so good." But now I'm like, "Oh."
Wait, do they sell the laptops that just have Final Cut on it instead of iMovie?
Well, I think it comes with both, but you can pay like I think it's still $300, but you just pay for it to already come installed.
Oh, that's cool. I have to get Final Cut Pro. I'm just living my best iMovie life over here, but
Yeah, me too. iMovie. I would love to use Final Cut Pro, but I just don't know if I would be able to like grasp how to use it.
there's so many YouTube videos. Like when I first started video editing, I was trying to figure out how to do certain things and I would look it up. And the difficult part was that the majority of the videos that I was watching, everyone used Final Cut Pro. And it honestly just seems like a leveled up version of iMovie. And it's pretty like intuitive. You just have so many more like things that you can do.
Because I'm like, how much space would it take up on my laptop currently? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
should I just do it? Should I just take the plunge? Should I spend $300 on editing software?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I mean, it would be worth it. So many people love it. It's just like a big expense
because I know that's
up
what
front.
Valisa uses.
Yeah, Nikki just got it too. Yeah, and she said that she really likes it.
I have footage, just know well to edit. Same.
Yeah, same. I have like 4 or 5 videos that I've filmed. I just need to start editing them because I'm trying to get ahead of my video schedule, like doing 2 videos a week in July because I'm going back to New England for a week in July to visit my family. And I'm trying to like not film or anything when I go because we're gonna be at like the lake house and just hanging out and stuff. Um, so I feel like these next couple weeks is going to be a lot of filming, a lot of editing, and then it's going to be a little bit of a break, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, which I have just changed my upload schedule because I used to post every Wednesday at like noon. But since my external hard drive like crapped out on me, I was like, oh crap, I can't keep to a schedule right now because I literally had almost a full video edited and my computer was just like spinning wheel of death for like
Mhm.
hours and hours and hours and hours. And I was like, oh my God. So I lost that whole video. Like I didn't lose the footage. It's just stuck on my external hard drive. So I had to like re-edit all the footage without my external hard drive
Oh
and just
my
on my
god.
laptop. And it was like 25 minutes of like raw footage, which isn't a lot, thank goodness. But still, I was just like, oh my God, I was already almost halfway done. But it was my June
Yeah.
TBR, and I only had 2 books, and I was talking about 24 books. So that's like 22 pictures that I had like put on screen. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was already almost done. And now I have to do it
Yeah.
all over again. And it was supposed to have gone up Wednesday, and I was like, there's no way this is going up on Wednesday. So I was like, you know what? If I just post a video like once a week, like we're good.
Yeah.
So now I just have like instead of because in my like little banner it used to say like new video every Wednesday, but now it just says like new video every week. So
Mhm.
I posted a video yesterday, which was Thursday, and then so I'm gonna try to post every 5 days, give or take, but I just don't know if I like have enough videos for that.
Yeah, when I in what was it? May? I started posting 2 videos a week and it's a lot. Like, I didn't think like, 1 video a week is very manageable, like, you don't have to be filming all the time type thing. 2 videos a week, like, you do have to have kind of a plan, and, like, it is a lot more time intensive, but it's been really fun. It's just, like, figuring out how you can get ahead of it and, like, stay on top of it type thing.
Yeah. Chloe says, put aside on Missouri, did you kill the bugs? Yes. So is that another one?
No, no. We're gonna be left in suspense, like, the sprints are gonna end, and we're just not gonna know what's happening.
Okay, so I was able to kill the spider that was like hanging out by my rug over here. And then there was another one that was like kind of crawling around. And I think it was actually like a lightning bug. Obviously, those are like harmless.
Yeah.
But I was like, babe, you don't pay rent, so you can't be staying here.
Exactly.
So I got that one, and then there was like a little tiny one that was like on the wall. And so I
My
got that
goodness.
one.
Did you take pictures to send to your apartment?
Oh my god, it is another one. It's another spider. It's like crawling on the baseboard.
Oh my goodness. They just love you. They're like, "Bailey, we wanna be your friend."
I'm like, oh my god. I'm gonna have to call and be like, hey, did y'all's pest guy even like come? Is that another one? It looks like a little ant kind of. I'm gonna have to be like, y'all need to get out here like pronto because
You're like, "I have a
this
lot of unwanted roommates. We need to figure this out."
there is like and there's like a fly kind of thing. Oh my, I'm literally gonna die. I'm gonna
How are you
die.
gonna
I'm
go
just
to sleep? I, like, can't sleep when I know that there's bugs in my house because 'cause I'm like, "I can't lose sight of them."
which okay, 'cause yesterday when I was leaving to go to work, because like I said, I try to let them out if I can. And I was leaving to go to work, I saw one that was in here and it was kind of by the door. And so I was like trying to shoo it out. So I was like, okay, go back on the patio, trying to be like humane about it. But then he like crawled behind like my TV case, and I was like, okay, I don't have time to get you right now. I just have to leave. But hopefully, when we get back, we can like throw down. And so I didn't find it until I think I found it yesterday, but it could have gotten back out. Or, sorry, sorry. I had to try to, sorry.
Oh my god! Oh my goodness. These bug people need to come out ASAP.
I know. I'm like, this is emergency. This is emergency. But I had to go to sleep not knowing if that spider had gotten out or not. But then I woke up this morning and there was one by my like front door. And so I just let it out and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one from yesterday. It just, but I'm like, oh my God,
We're
like, I
traumatizing
cannot live like
Chloe.
this. I cannot live like this.
No, absolutely not. Good for you for being, like, an independent woman, killing your own bugs, though, because I run away.
I cannot live like this. I have got to call and complain and be like, y'all need to get these people out here. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
have to go get my own stuff because
yeah,
so many videos on YouTube. I love it. Once you get the hang of
yeah.
it, it's so nice. Literally, this bug is gonna get on my nerves. It does take up a lot of space though. You need to edit with an external hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting back to my schedule of uploads. This exam is ruining my groove. But you have
Yeah.
exams like literally every day of your life, Nikki. So
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
when I lived in the States, I would freeze my apartment because most bugs will go to sleep if it's too cold. Well, maybe that's why they're trying to come in here because it's freaking hotter than freaking something I'm not going to say on the internet outside. It's 83 degrees currently, but it's humid. And it's
Mhm.
even more humid because the bottom decided it wanted to fall out for like 10 minutes earlier today.
Try the ant spray. Like, if your bug people aren't gonna come to, like, spray your apartment, you can just get, like, Raid and spray, like, your door entrance and, like, around your windows, which I know is a little bit crazy, but it might help.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I do need to go to Walmart a little bit later, so I'm gonna see about getting some Raid Balm there because clearly, if I'm doing the pest people's job myself, then I just need to keep my $5 that I pay every month.
Yeah. Be like, "Okay, I did this because you guys aren't."
Like, because I definitely called last week, and they were like, "Yeah, they'll be." Because I called on a Wednesday, and they were like, "Yeah, they'll either be here to spray like tomorrow or Friday," and I was like, "Okay." So unless they came Thursday while I was at work, because nobody came on Friday because I was here all
Mhm.
day, and nobody came. So I'm like, what is going on? just wanted to stop by and say hi. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thanks,
Aw,
Andy.
thank you. Hello, I'm currently reading Shadowless by Randall McNally and Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. I have not read Percy Jackson.
I haven't either. Honestly, I really don't have a desire to, though. I know that it's a very beloved series, but I feel like it's just too, like, young. I know that I've heard it starts off for a much younger audience, and then it kind of, like, gets a little bit more, I won't say mature, but, like, it kind of ages up with each book type thing. I
Yeah.
just don't think I would enjoy it because it's, like, too young type deal.
Yeah, because like I've never read, so I read the first Harry Potter, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna read the rest of the books. Like I'm not interested in them.
Yeah.
I feel like I could care less about Harry Potter.
Yeah, like, I read Harry Potter when I was the target audience for those books, and I think that's why, like, I love it so much, and, like, I would probably return to it, but if I hadn't read it when I was that target audience, I don't think I would love it as much, and
Yeah,
I
like
feel like that's the situation with Percy Jackson for me.
yeah, and I feel the same way. Like I didn't read Percy Jackson, and I'm like maybe I could, but it's not. It doesn't really like interest me to because I have a
Yeah.
hard time reading YA now that I've like gravitated into like more adult books. When I go back to read
Mhm.
YA book, I'm like literally a waste of time. Which not saying that YA books are like bad or anything by any means, but like there are some where I'm like literally, why did I read this? Because
Yeah.
I don't relate, like I can't relate to any of it. Or like I'm just like, this just seems so like outside of my like needs as a person, I guess, or as a reader or whatever.
Yeah. I still like YA fantasy, like, I think that that's the one that I would really stick to, but YA contemporary fiction is a little bit more difficult for me. It has to be, like, kind of new adult or adult contemporary fiction for me to really, like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
But there's some YA fantasies that, again, just feel really young. Like, I think that's why I didn't like The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard because it felt so immature that I was like, no, I do not like this at all. I just looked up Shadowless, though, by Randall McNally,
Yeah, I was looking at that and
and
I was about to say that looks like a bit of you, Tori.
that looks so good. It sounds like I don't know if it's a retelling of Greek mythology, but it kind of sounds like it. Um, it's
It
like
looks
the
really cool.
Shadowless are demigods, it sounds like, because 'cause they're part mortal, part god. Yeah, I added that to my want to read list immediately. It sounds really good.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. It looks really cool. I really like the cover.
Yeah, the cover is really, really cool. I love Greek, um, mythology retellings.
Well, Chloe, I think it's getting closer to your bedtime, so you might be able to risk it for me, but
She's traumatized.
yeah, it's fine. There's only been two bugs that I've seen in my bedroom. Nowhere near the
But you
bed though. Like one was like kind of by the door, and then one was like in the window. But it wasn't like a mosquito, but it was one of those like flying ones
yeah, the
with like
dangly
the
ones.
long legs, you know.
Yeah.
You can also put out a plate of honey and they will get stuck there. Okay, me and my friend were literally talking about this last night and how inhumane that is. Because like, you know, you have like the sticky traps
Yeah,
and everyone's like, "Oh, well you shouldn't do that for rats, but for like other
right.
bugs it's fine." I'm like, "Okay, so you don't want a rat to starve to death, but a spider it's okay to starve to death, or an ant it's okay to starve to death."
You're much more humane than I am. I am like, get these bugs out of here.
'Cause I'm like, if you're gonna kill, I was like, if you're gonna kill these bugs, you just need to do it quick. Like, step on them and like call it a
Yeah.
day. Like, don't let them like, even though they're kind of like scary or like gross or like whatever, like don't let them suffer. Like, if you're gonna like commit bug murder, like do it quick.
Bug murder.
Because like they're not, yeah. Chonkers are apparently very good for keeping spiders away.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Which, speaking of, because when she said chonker, I thought about books, obviously, because, you know. But I saw this video on TikTok about how many books does it take to stop a bullet.
Okay, how many?
Yeah, like one. It takes one.
Like a big one?
Like it takes one. Like it was a textbook that it looked like he used, like a hardback textbook, and it stopped a bullet. I was like, okay, yeah. So if someone ever breaks into my house, Empire the Vampire,
Yeah.
walking around, I'm bulletproof.
Oh my goodness.
I reread the first series last year, and it was so good. Of Percy Jackson, I think she's talking about.
Yeah, and yeah, her and Sarah were like reading it, yeah, and they really liked it.
That is 2 bugs too many. Yes, like literally, we're talking about 5 bugs in the span of the last 3 hours. Yes, it's fine. I'm tori. They die of hyperglycemia.
Nikki is so scientific. Like, she just knows all of it.
Chonkers are the seeds from the horse chestnut tree. Maybe a very English name. Sorry.
Oh, that's interesting.
I still don't even know. What's a horse chestnut tree?
I don't even know how that would like work.
It's a European plant.
I know that lavender plants deter mosquitoes and spiders as well. Like if you get a lavender plant and have it like by your apartment door or something like that. Those ones are good. There's a couple other ones as well. I don't remember off the top of my head that deter bugs.
I'm gonna have to, because this is gonna have to get nipped in the bud. But if I'm paying $5, I need to be calling them every week.
Yeah,
like,
lavender deters them. So citronella is like, there's citronella candles, but citronella is a plant that you could also get. Rosemary, basil, and mint as well.
I'm not a plant kind of gal. Like the farthest my plant knowledge extends is fake plants.
Well, lavender plants are pretty hardy as long as you get them direct sunlight. So I don't know if your door is like gets direct sunlight onto it, but you'd pretty much have to water it like maybe once a week.
Which
And as long as it
really
got direct
good natural light in here, but it's not like direct.
Gotcha.
Because like I don't have a light on. Like there's not a single light on in my apartment right now. And you can see me like clearly.
Yeah, your light looks good.
It just, there's no direct sunlight, which is nice because it helps keep it a little bit cooler. Plus, I'm also on the first floor too. So it's like the other building that's like across from mine would like block
the light.
Yeah. Literally, I'm scared.
Well, you're going to be leaving to get sushi soon, so you'll be able to just leave all the bugs behind.
Yeah. And then I'm going to run to Walmart probably and grab some Raid, because I'm like, where are they coming in from?
Yeah.
Like, where are they getting in? Because it looks like the door is sealed. Like the door looks like it's sealed fine. I don't use that door because they're all like over here. by like the patio door.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, how are they getting in? Because I don't use that door. Like I use my front door. I don't go out the patio. And it looks sealed. I didn't realize spiders could like squeeze into like tiny spaces like cats, apparently.
But yeah, bugs can squeeze through anything. Maybe spray that door first. That might be
So
the
I'm like,
culprit.
what's going on? And they're never like anywhere else, really. Like, because I don't have to kill anything in the kitchen ever or the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And then besides those two, like that I had in my bedroom, like it's all just in this corner.
Yeah. You're just scheming. You're like, okay, I need to spray this and get
I know.
this figured out.
I'm like, who do I need to call? Do I need to call like to get on staff somewhere at like Cooks or something? Because I'm like, I need these gone. I need these bugs gone.
Yeah.
Oh, bless it. Anyways, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you
was
to
so
everyone
much
who
fun.
came. Thank you, Tori, for coming. I have all of her information in the description. I have her YouTube channel and her Instagram linked in the description. I actually remembered this time because I'm terrible at remembering to do that. But I remembered this time. So the link to her channel as well as her Instagram is in the description if you guys want to go follow her. And yeah.
Thanks, Bailey. This is so much fun. I feel like I always get so much reading done with Bailey because she is just such a reading queen goddess.
I just have to like, I don't know. I literally am on crack this year. Like, I swear. Like, I don't know what got into me, like, between 11:58 and 12:01, January 1st, December 31st. But,
It was
yeah,
the reading bug. You just got a reading bug.
apparently. And I wish I could just, like, waft my, like, reading prowess onto, like, everyone I come in contact with because I'm like, you need some of this. Like, I'm already at, I think I just read my 123rd book of the year.
Crazy. You are crazy girl.
124th book of the year. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's insane. It's insane. I still have the rest of the year.
Yeah, we're only
I think,
halfway through. You're gonna
like,
read
I
200
think
books this year.
I really do think that I could hit 200, if not, then like 250 this year.
Yeah, I think you could break 200 easily if you maintain your pace.
And then I'm like, what's my goal going to be next year? Because normally I set it for like one extra
Yeah.
than I read. Well, except for this year, I did only set it for 100. But in years past, it's been like if I read 70 books in a year, and then like the next year I'll try to read like 71.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I read 238 books this year, is my Goodreads goal next year supposed to be like 239? Absolutely not.
Oh my goodness.
Chloe says thanks.
Thanks,
He says
Chloe.
thanks for hanging. Thanks for coming. Literally.
Yeah, thanks for
You guys are
hanging out with
awesome.
us.
I always feel so awkward because I'm like, no one's gonna show up and I'm just gonna be talking to myself.
That's a fun time too. Sometimes I talk to myself and it's great.
Yeah, it's fine. But yes, thank you so much, Tori, for being here. We will be doing sprints on Tori's channel next weekend on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're doing our last call reading sprints to end the month strong. It's gonna be great.
Excited. So if you don't read anything between now and then, that's totally okay because
you'll catch up then.
Yeah, you'll catch up then. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. And I'll see you guys another time. Bye.
Bye.